Hello everyone, this is Jasmine aka Gladiatorinsweats, and I'm here with the daily tarot message for today, August 20th, 2018. And it's Monday, so happy Monday to everyone. And as always, I hope everyone's doing alright and taking care of themselves, drinking all the water that they need, all of the great stuff, just really taking care of ourselves in all aspects. So, getting into the cards today, as well as the galactic signature. I guess we can start with the signature, and today I really do mean to keep it short and sweet, with the white crystal wizard. And so feel this as a crystallization of the new the new astral web that we've been building. So if you look at things sort of as our thoughts and our imagination and our words and all of that, creating sort of a non-physical web or a non-physical reality or non-physical world, non-physical kind of setup. And so I see it as, we're pulling this in, even as this is this blue night wave spell of us, lucid dreaming, tapping into our intuition and bringing, manifestation of our intuition and of our gifts and of our ability to tap into the collective unconscious and all of these sort of qualities that relate to being able to connect to the emotional realm or connect to the just the non-physical. So ultimately, the message that I feel wanting to leave is seeing everything that we do as sort of a spell, seeing it all as a spell that creates and defines our life in some sort of way. It creates a sort of personal myth, like the way that this almanac puts it, as spells are personal myths that create the framework. As I've been trying to frame it, even as being the script writer, and we're writing the script, looking at the script, editing the script, we're really getting to take a look at things from this higher point of view and able to see, becoming aware of the things, the quote-unquote spells that we cast, through our words and our actions and our thoughts. And we're able to, fix them. We're able to refine them. We're able to change them completely, rewrite them, if you will. And through this, we're able to shift our lives in, crazy magical levels that, this is, us really being able to tap into and work with the non-physical to create physical outcomes, create physical changes. And so this is all pretty much boiling down to what I've been talking about all week, especially as we move into the last day of this blue night wave spell tomorrow. But as we've really been becoming a lot more aware of the programs, of the systems being run in us, just put in sort of like a computer analogy, and taking note of what's all running. And it kind of reminds me of for those that own Android phones, definitely know what I mean when they come with a bunch of extra packages, and it comes with a bunch of extra stuff that is I didn't ask for any of this, I didn't know this was here, I didn't, it's just sitting here. And that's kind of the way I'm looking at it, as we're becoming aware of what's been in us and what's been running through us, and we become more aware of it, and we're able to be okay, I'm fine with this one actually, or I really want to work on this one and change this one, and really see it as something that we're really able to tweak and change, especially as we're moving into Virgo season and moving into a lot of this Virgo energy, and really bringing out this full crystallization of this inner world of really wanting to create our reality to further represent and further resonate with what we feel on the inside, what we feel takes place in our mind and in our imagination. So yeah, and really, this energy of the white wizard, uh, really brings this message of being receptive to the present moment. That the present moment is the only moment that ultimately exists at this time and place. As far as, what you're working with, what canvas are you working with? And the canvas you're working with is in this moment of now, in time and space. And not focusing all on the past, being all stuck in the past in all kinds of ways, whether it's through, us mentally being stuck in the past, or whether we're, repeating, behaviors that are deserving from the past. And, we could go on and on and on about what or who or how things from the past create or get us tied and locked up in spaces or energies that we don't really resonate with or don't really serve us as far as our highest timeline, as far as what it is we what we most desire. Goodness, making up words today. So yeah, there's a quote that I actually wanted to give to really further embrace this white wizard energy before I get into the cards. And the quote says, "Untie the past, or its impact will last. Don't worry or hurry to reach the future. It surely will never arrive." And it's really speaking to the nature of time, speaking to the nature of I don't want to say the wrong word, 'cause I'm like, the irony, but it's not necessarily that's ironic. It's just the weird way that, like, by focusing so much on the past, or even we've been even taught that focusing so much on the future is like the best way to go. And I don't even think that that's so. And I mean, that's something personally within myself that I've, kind of pushed to the side a while ago, of thinking you need this huge, like, not even a huge plan, that you even really need a future plan. Like, a future plan as far out as, like, I feel comfortable is what I need to do. Like, I don't need, personally, like, a 5-year plan to kind of figure things out. Like, 5 years from now, like, I could tell you, like, I could tell you how I want to feel in 5 years. Like, that's something I can do. I can tell you how I want to feel. I can kind of tell you the life that I want to experience. But to try and tell you, like, the outcome or any of that, or even to try and focus on creating that for myself in okay, I need to really, like, detail this out, or really be so focused on the future to where I'm not even enjoying or appreciating what I'm doing now. And that creates that feeling of lack, that feeling of you not having that future that you're aspiring for. That's where, as I was talking about yesterday, or even the past couple days, where there's this balance being worked out of really, going after what it is that we want, being fully enthralled with our passions and aspiring, to create or be whatever it is that we want to be or create. But it's also having an attachment to the outcome, or to, like, the path, how it lays out. And it leaves room for creativity. It leaves room for excitement, because there's no fun in knowing everything. And then it also just leaves room for spirit to create and bring more of which we desire, and also bring it in ways and at levels that we probably would limit ourselves if we felt that we knew everything, or we felt that we always had the best way or the best route in mind. And so, that's really ultimately what I feel this has been teaching us through this whole wave spell, this blue night wave spell, of not just learning and understanding our intuition, of not just, working with our dreams, or, really being consciously aware of our dreams, or consciously aware of the thoughts and things that we, put out to, bring forth our dreams and, bring in these manifestations, but also us really finding that sweet spot of like I said, of going what we want, of, quote unquote grinding, because there is effort that has to take place on our end. But, we don't need to do everything, or we also, don't need to believe that everything is as it seems or is perceived to be on the physical. I did a card reading a couple days ago. I had meant to post, and it definitely was, bringing in this message of, if things don't seem to be panning out, if it seems like things fall apart, like every time that you're trying to go forward and every time you're trying to make a move, it's very possible that you're not seeing the truth, that you're not seeing it, or that you're not able to see it in this moment or in that moment. And so really knowing that and really understanding and not relying on, but really trusting divine timing, trusting that co-creation. It's, even as we're talking about, relationships with our other fellow beings, the relationship with the non-physical and with spirit, it's the same way. You practice the same, the same lessons of love and same lessons of trust, the same way that you do in like a relationship or in a marriage, where you have to, really not learn. I mean, the goal, I guess, is ultimately to have those levels of trust before you get married. But I feel like you get what I mean, just going along with this. So, yeah. Just going to these cards real quick with this collective energy. This Queen of Coins and this Knight of Wands. I feel like we're really starting to recognize our creative ability. We're really starting to recognize our value. Like, we're really seeing how the power, and it's not even necessarily just about the power, but how the wealth is from within us. The creation comes from within us, and that it's not really about so much the physical manifestation of it all, and seeing that it kind of starts from within and then goes without. The way that I'm looking at this Queen of Coins, it's the Queen of Coins is, abundant is just very vague, but she's comfortable in herself. She's not just dependable and, nurturing and calm. I, relate as calm, not necessarily like sensitive, but, grounded. They understand, and there's like a oneness. Even when I was thinking about trees and talking about trees with a friend, and really relating ourselves to tapping into the core, to the trunk, to the channel, where the trunk is really, the channel, bringing all the nutrients, to and from the roots and to the leaves, and the whole process, the whole circulation, takes place essentially through the core, the trunk. And so that's also just what I feel here, is as we're really starting to not just acknowledge our innate ability to create, acknowledge our own worth and our own value, and really centering ourselves upon that, as opposed to more like material things to provide or create some sort of stability for us, or to bring us the feeling of stability. But also this Knight of Wands, and I'm thinking of the moon trine the sun today, and so we've got the moon in Sagittarius before it moves into Capricorn, trine the sun in Leo, the last few degrees and last few days of Leo. And so I really just see this as us really allowing ourselves to be fully impassioned. I'm looking at these volcanoes in the back and the way they're like steaming, and they've already actually got some lava already bubbling up to the surface. And so I see this as us really putting the gas on, really going for what it is that we want. Even the way you look at or the way I'm looking at this, like a torch, this flame torch in this card, and it's like lighting a fire underneath his butt. So that's even the way I see it, is like, lighting the fire underneath us and really going for it, really going for what it is that we desire. Even as I was talking about yesterday with Jupiter trine Neptune, you know, all of this letting us know that, you know, we have the potential, we have the ability, and the only thing really keeping us, you know, from going for whatever it is that we desire, or, you know, taking the steps and making the action, is, you know, our own fear, our own hesitations, and, you know, our own lack of clarity with this Eight of Swords, especially at the bottom. And even underneath that, we have this Hermit. And so I see this as us not really, when we don't acknowledge who we truly are, when we don't really go within, when we, you know, when we maybe focus too much on what's going on outside or what's going on with other people. And so, yeah, I definitely feel that for us today. Or not just today, but, you know, how I like to say it, it's not very much like a linear, like, okay, this day is what's going on. But, you know, it's all about the flow and the synchronicity, and really just seeing what is the focus, I guess, as far as how the energy is playing out in these cycles. So, yeah, we're really reaching, like, I don't even want to say higher, I guess, new levels of emotional discernment, and really being able to see things from, I guess just ultimately like a higher clarity, a higher state of mind, a higher understanding. So, yeah, gonna go ahead and end it here. Thanks so much for tuning in. As always, I'm appreciative, and I am hoping that, you know, these are helpful or, you know, resonant for others as much as I'm enjoying doing these. So, yeah, do feel free to check out the info on the description box for, you know, where to reach me online, how to reach me for personal readings and info of that nature. So, other than that, I will be back to finish out this Blue Night wave spell, and as we go into this Yellow Warrior wave spell, actually as we enter Virgo season. So I'm actually really excited to talk about that. So until then, I wish you guys all the love and all the blessings today, and, you know, just start off the week on the right foot. I know that you know, it's a common thing to say Mondays aren't that great, but, you know, it's all about our perception, and it's even all about our will and our decision. You know, are we going to decide that Monday is going to be a crap day because it's Monday, or are we gonna, you know, decide for ourselves and really, yeah, are we going to decide for ourselves? Are we going to go with how we feel and roll with the energy as it comes, even if it doesn't feel the most amazing? So just feeling really impassioned, really seeing our future, really seeing the visions for ourselves. So, yeah. I do hope you guys have a wonderful Monday, though. So, until next time.